Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space, just coming on with a quick project share. I actually made this for our agricultural show that you can enter in craft things and things you've made. So this was entered in recycled clothing, recycled garment, item made from recycled clothing. So you had to take a piece of clothing and recycle it into something. So in my arty way, I decided to make a sketchbook and a pen wrap. I'll show you the pen wrap in a minute. Now, I'd only had my sewing machine a couple of days when I did this pen wrap, so it's not perfect, but hey, I'm not perfect, so that's okay. So I took a pair of kids' jeans, and I really liked the applique, and there's a beautiful applique on the other leg, which I didn't use. So this is the... I'll just open up the butt of the jeans, so what I've done is cut those off. I've bound it with some twine. I may replace this with elastic, but that's all I had at that stage. And I've done some faux stitching around the edge. Not really happy with the stitching around the edge because it didn't get straight. And it ended up a bit thicker than I wanted, sort of in here. It was going to be more dainty, but I like it. It's really me. So on the inside, I actually lined it with some chipboard because the idea of this set is it's my out and about set. Now if I want to go and sketch or I want to go and draw out and about, I grab this with my markers and pens I've got in there at the moment, and I can go and sketch. So I have lined it with 1.8mm chipboard. As you can see, I bought some of this onto the inside just to give it a bit of a more rustic look. The signatures slip in and slip out, which is what I wanted because I wanted to fill up these signatures and do it again. So this is canvas paper from Aldi, from an Aldi paper pad that I folded in half. I stitched all around the edge because I just wanted to have a cool look. Alexis has actually started drawing on this one, but that's okay. I'll incorporate that into my drawing. So I stitched all around the edge on all the pieces of paper, and then I stitched through the middle to make it sort of a 4-sheet, 8-page booklet. And because it's watercolour paper, I can also do watercolour in it as well. So it just slips in. And I did have 2 signatures in here, but Alexis has taken one and claimed it as her own, which is fine. But there is room to put a second signature in there. So basically I hot glued this on and then stitch around the edge. I did have it just with the fabric, but I found that I wanted the stability of the cardboard, and it's quite strong, so you can open it up and sit there and you've got like a hard surface to work on, which is what I wanted for this particular book. And I have travelled with this book and sat down there and had lots of fun. So these pockets are actual functional pockets, so I can stick stuff in there. I can hang stuff, I like hang a charm off here because you've still got the belt loops as well onto the pen wrap. So I was very excited about this. Didn't work off a pattern or anything, just sort of went with it. Had an idea. So this is one leg of the jeans. So you can see the stitching here and here. So, oh, my pens are in it. It won't fold over. I'll fold it back. So this is like one leg, and I've got the other leg which had a lot of embroidery on it, which I'll save for another project. So basically I opened the leg up. First thing I did was to make a pocket at the bottom so my pens wouldn't fall out. So that was important. And to make it easy to get the pens in and out, this flap didn't actually get stuck down. So as you can see, I've got threads hanging off here and I've got raw edges, but I love it. I actually won second prize for this. In the sewing section. I was wondering whether I'd win any prizes because the sewing is not exactly straight and perfect, but that's me. So I sewed down here and down here to make the pocket and the middle so it wouldn't sort of gape, because if I didn't have the pocket here, my pens could swish down. So when you pack it up, you fold this over and then you roll it. Or sometimes I just fold it in 4 and then wrap it up. So to do this wrap here, I sort of measured one of my pens and cut a long strip of the denim, and then basically just sort of gathered the material up a little and sew between each of these holes. Now some of them are quite tight, so this one is a bit tighter than this one, so I wanted them, sorry about the yawning, I wanted them to be bigger because as you can see I've got some thicker pens and I've got some thinner pens. So you can put pencils in here. In the thicker ones you can actually put like 2 pencils if you wanted to. So I've got my white Sharpie marker. I've got quite a few of my ink drawing pens at the moment. So a pink drawing pen I haven't used yet. Another art one I bought was my fountain pen. It's my favourite pen at the moment from Daiso. And a few other art type pens in there at this stage. I can swap these out for paintbrushes, or my water pens work well in here as well. Stick water pens in here if I'm wanting to go. That one's not for a water pen obviously because it's a bit thin. So I can stick my water pens in here if I want to go and sketch with watercolours as well. And the way I made this is, this was just a long strip left, so basically I just fold it in half. I love the raw edge and the bit of fraying, it just adds to it. I think it just looks fantastic. So all I did was sew along the edge, sew along to fold it in half, and then attached it here as well, just sewn around there. So I don't mind if this gets ink on it, if it gets paint on it, because it's made out of the denim, it's quite a solid material, so it will take quite a bit of sort of beating as well. And I loved how these edges were already finished with the jeans, and then I've got some raw edges as well. So that's one way to recycle some clothing, some kids' jeans. I actually picked these jeans up at the op shop. And I don't know where, as I said, I made this a few months ago, I don't know where the other leg is. So I've got the other front and the other leg to do something with. So I thought I'd just pop on and show you that. It's great to be able to take things from the op shop and make them your own. Now, to buy a professional artist wrap like this, they can be quite expensive, and I am all about DIYing my own at the moment, just so it's something I've made. And as you can see, that's quite nice. Sometimes you can, if you want to tuck the tail in just to secure it a bit more, you can, and then you've got a nice compact sketchbook. I can throw in my watercolours, and you've got a nice sort of on-the-go kit that doesn't take up a lot of room. So you can pack this when you travel or in a day bag. You could even get smaller watercolours if you wanted to, but that's the set I use at the moment. So let me know what you think of my recycled junk journal and wrap. I'm very impressed of how it come out, and I've been using it as well. And that's the main thing, is I want to be able to make things that I like and they're functional, and you use them as well. So I was very impressed with my sewing ability. So playing with my sewing machine a lot more. I haven't introduced you to our sewing machine yet. I am planning on doing a video like that, but I'm loving playing with it. Let me know if you make your own artist wrap. Let me know if you want some more detailed instructions, but it's fairly simple. As I said, there's no pattern or anything. You can make it basically any size. You can make it with any amount of pockets. You can make it any size you like. Thank you for watching, and I will catch up with you again soon. I'll go do some sketching now on the go. Bye for now.